Hello gamers and welcome to episode number 19 of the Adventures of a Maxed Main. Yes, I am very sick right now, as you can hear in my voice. I almost have my voice back. I couldn't talk a couple days ago, but luckily we are kind of speaking now. So as you can see by my current area, we are in one of the new parts of the map. Varlamore Part 2 has given us access to a couple of new bosses. First of all, the Huicoatl right here drops mainly the Huicoatl hide, Huasca seeds, I think, and then the Tome of Earth and Soil pages are the main thing. It also has the Dragon Hunter wand and the Hubert pet. That is what we're going to be looking for. No, Freaky Forester. We're mainly going to be looking for the Hubert, as known by the rest of the episodes. We are pet hunting. The other collection looks are cool, but definitely not as cool as the pet. And then the other one more over here in the Tower of Ascension. Down here underneath there is the Amoxliato, which is an extremely easy boss. Honestly, both of them are pretty easy. This one's a little bit more difficult. It's a little bit longer of a fight too. Definitely better in teams. Fortunately, this one is solo, so this one's going to be real easy to do. But yeah, these are the two bosses that we're going to be focusing on. I think our downtime is still going to be over here in the desert with the Temporos. I would really like to get this done so I could just be done with Temporos. The sooner we get done, the better. At some point throughout this episode too, we might find our way over to the Colosseum, because I did complete the Colosseum a number of times on the leagues that I just finished playing, and I'm feeling pretty confident there. So we may or may not end up there. But we'll see as the episode goes on. The first place that we are going to be visiting in this episode is going to be the Amoxliato. Now, this thing is not very exciting. The drops aren't great. I'm just hoping to make my money back. But there are three things that really stand out to me. Well, four things if you include the pet. First is the Pendant of 8, which is the main reason I'm coming here first to unlock some teleports to this area. The second is the Glacier Tomatlis, which are not great, but they hit twice at a 1 in 100 rate. And the Elite Clue Scrolls, which is a 1 in 200. The last thing to really talk about before we start killing the Amoxliato is the combat achievements. Now, all of these are extremely easy. None of these should be difficult at all, but there are combat achievements nonetheless. I wasn't recording at the time, but on 47 KC, which is super lucky, we got the Glacial Tomatlis, which means we're going to be able to do, I believe, the second to last combat task after the speed task, well, meaning the speed task is the only one we're going to have left, which may or may not happen, but yeah, that's the second to last one and the last clog before we get the pet. I barely got the drop on recording because I was on the phone with my wife at the time and trying to take care of my daughter, who was being a little bit fussy, but we obviously got super spooned the pet. I'm sorry that I didn't get my reaction, but we basically got no loot too, so let's go sell that real quick. So this is all of the loot, very not impressive at all. The loot tracker says it's about 1.5 mil, but that's kind of expected when you get it at 112 KC. So let's sell it all and see how much we actually get for it. So we ended up with basically exactly what we were supposed to, about 1.55 mil. I think that paid for the scythe charges, but I don't really know. I didn't think I would be here this early in this video, but here we are nonetheless. The main thing that we are searching for here is obviously Hubert at a 1 in 400 rate. Also, we can get hard clues here at a 1 in 50, which is kind of cool, I suppose. I would rather have elite clues because hard clues are pretty easy to get, but I'll take any clues I can get, to be honest. The other thing that we are going to be looking for is the Huicoatl hide, which is a 1 in 34.5, the Tome of Earth, which is about a 1 in 92, the Dragon Hunter wand, which is a 1 in 207, and honestly, the Huasca seeds as a 1 in 34 are going to be pretty cool as well. The final one that I can think of is the soiled page at a 1 in 13. That's, I mean, pretty much guaranteed unless we get a 1 KC Hubert, which we better not. But the other things we're going to be going for is obviously the combat achievements. There are 11 of them. Most of them are going to be pretty easy. The only ones that are going to be a little bit difficult is going to be the speed tasks. The rest of them should be no big deal. The perfect Huey might be a little bit of a struggle, but that's only because skipping the tail smash is not exactly easy. That's pretty awesome. I got 7 Hauska seeds. I also think I forgot the recording of where I got a couple of Huey Kotal hides, but we got 2 Huey Kotal hides as well. So that's pretty much, okay, that's not even pretty much all the uniques. That's 2 of the 5, I think. We're still missing the Dragon Hunter wand and the Tome of Earth, but that's okay. We have a long way to go until we get Hubert. Got 40 KC here at the Huey. Mostly solos. I've done a few duos and trios with clanmates, but these are incredibly boring, so I need a short break from this. If you did not watch the last episode, we are still searching for a couple pieces of the Soul Reaper axe from Leviathan and from Duke. I need to make 4 in total, and we're at 1,000 without it, so we're gonna go back to Levy for a bit. A smoke quartz? That's not what I'm looking for. That's not a Leviathan's lure. It's cool, I guess. Oh, yay, an Awakener's Orb. That's what I was looking for. They're over 1 mil, which is pretty damn cool for the first time in a while. That's back-to-back orbs. What the heck? Also, why are they still 1 mil? What the hell? Another orb, and it is up about 20,000 more GP. Why is it going up? Not mad, I'm just confused. 97 KC down for this video, and I think that is a good break from Huey. So I'm gonna go back. Nothing special still. No Leviathan's lure piece. No super drops. Awakener's orbs are cool though. I'm not quite sure why I keep doing this, but I just got 3 more Huey Kotal hides and Addy plate bodies in the same kill. 3.8 mil in 9 minutes. That's insane. Oh, another collection log. Is that the last? No, that's definitely not the last one. I still need the Tome and the Dragon Hunter wand, but that's pretty cool. Actually, that's not, I've gotten this before. What am I talking about? Okay, that's the Tome of Earth. I don't know if that was lucky or not. 89 KC. No clue what the rate is, but hell yeah. I'm on the phone with my wife too, so bad timing. We just completed KC number 100, mostly solos for 350 Sunfire Splinters, which isn't great, but it could be a lot worse. We've been super lucky here, to be honest. Obviously, you've seen the Tome, you saw the first Huey hides, but I think I've gotten 5 drops of Huey hides in 100 KC, which is ridiculous lucky. I think it's a 1 in 34 drop. So 5 drops is pretty insane. That should be 150 KC. But we're going to take another break and go back to the Leviathan so we can hopefully get a Leviathan's lure and make a little bit more progress on our first SRA. We do need to make 4 of them eventually, which is ridiculous. 1.5 times rate, so that's sad, but hopefully that means we're getting one. Okay, that's an Awakener's Orb under 1 mil now, which is kind of sad, but I honestly only want the Leviathan's lure. Nothing else will make me happy. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what the last clip was, but I think it was Leviathan, and this is not Leviathan. But I've been doing some speed runs here because it was the last of the CAs that I needed, and we just got a 228 in pretty damn close to max gear, but not quite. That shit feels awesome, dude. Bro, that is not what I'm looking for. That is not what I'm looking for here. I mean, I'm not mad, of course, but like, that's not what I want, man. I want the Levy lure. Holy shit, I fucking got it. Oh my god. Leviathan's lure at 1385. Oh my god, I'm choking on saliva. Holy crap, get me out of here. I suppose now might be an okay time to give you a small update on Huey. 200 KC and we've started doing masses. These are way faster and the loot's bad, but I care about the pet. Since we finally got the Leviathan's lure that we were looking for, I'm going to take a couple minutes and sell off the loot. Our loot tab is an absolute disaster from doing 3 different bosses over the course of this video. So I'm going to look through the RuneLite loot tracker thing and sell off everything that is from Leviathan. We'll come back with the total profit from the Leviathan added on to what we got from Moxie, which that was so long ago, I don't even know how much that was. But you guys will know, I
I was gonna say before I do, but I'm the one that has to do the math. That is all of the Leviathan loot sold for slightly under 29 mil, plus the almost 70 mil for the Venator vestige that we made into a ring and then sold. But minus the Archer ring is about 65 mil, so let's call it 90 mil. We haven't quite made it to the drop rate of the pet yet, but after looking at the wiki, I realized that it is not a static 1 in 400 like I thought it was. I don't know why I thought it was a static 1 in 400, regardless of whether you're doing solos or trios or masses, but either way, that means I'm going back to solos and or trios if I can find a trio, because I do not want that insane drop rate. But in this video, we did do quite a few Huey Codals. If I can find the collection log right here, 382, we got the Tome of Earth, quite a few soiled pages, a lot of Huey hides, and a lot of Huasca seeds. So that's pretty cool. Our loot tab is pretty nice as well. We also did about 650 Sarachnis, so we made a lot of money there too, and a ton of masters from Sarachnis. So the first thing we're doing is going through the Huey Codal drops in our loot tracker over here. We're going to sell off exactly how much we made from the Huey Codal alone. Then we'll sell the drops from Sarachnis, see how much we made from that, and then we'll go for all the clues. Most everything from Huey is sold off. I did keep a few things like Sunfire Splinters, a couple runes, a couple other miscellaneous things, but that's pretty much everything. We ended up with just over 30 mil, almost 31 mil, so that's pretty cool. Well, I accidentally banked the cash that we made from the clues, but it was roughly 12 mil minus some runes that I'm definitely keeping because I don't really want to go through and find them all, but yeah, 12 mil from all the clues, and that brings our total to whatever it is you see on the screen. No clue what our total is. But that's going to be the end for this episode. I had a good time doing Moxie for all 116 kills or whatever it was that it took me to get the boss. And Huey is pretty cool. Solos are kind of slow, but they're enjoyable. Next episode, we're going to be spending a lot of time in Relica. I have another Soul Reaper Axe piece to get, and I want some uniques from another slug that's over in that direction. We also have Vorkath as an option, so we'll see you there.